I actually put the staff at the top of the hierarchy. And I get this, I didn't originate this, although I think I was walking this path a lot in life, but it became really clear to me, if you put the staff first, then you have a chance to make the customer insanely happy. And then you have a chance on down the line to whoever the investor was. In a way, they should be last in line if they want to just truly have a delivery back on their investment. If it's anything adjacent to hospitality, which certainly short-term rental is. Short-term rental, in fact, is more in the hospitality industry than it is in the real estate industry, in my opinion. And so if you think about that, though, like, yeah, you should put the staff first, because you don't have a prayer if you don't have a good team that's excited.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. And as I always say, I am very, very excited to be with you today. I'm very, very excited about the guest that we have, Mr. Tom Powers. Man, this guy, you talking about high-level concierge service. You talking about doing things at a high level when it comes to hospitality. Not only that, the guy, he's making some moves in tech as well. But you know how I like to do. I like to let people talk about what they do for themselves, because I can come in with some eloquent words, but they've really got the experience. They really know what they're doing. And I just can't wait for Mr. Tom to give you his great insight. So, Mr. Tom Powers, sir, welcome. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing mostly awesome. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I didn't oversell or underdeliver with your intro, did I? I was spot on what you do, right?
I appreciate it. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that you picked up too on, as from some of our other conversations, that I have just a real high focus on hospitality. I'm very much in the real estate industry and management industry, but I like to think that I'm primarily coming from a hospitality industry mindset.
Absolutely. Yeah, you come off to me as someone that want to make sure when somebody come in contact with you, they have the best high quality experience possible that they can have, right? That's how you come. But you also come to me as somebody that want to serve the people, to make sure that people are comfortable, make sure that people are actually getting exactly what they want. And so I love it, man. Like I said, I'm really excited to have you here. And, of course, people are just getting familiar with you or about to get familiar with you. And so, Mr. Tom, if you don't mind, tell people what's your main focus these days, and also what markets you're operating in as well.
Sure. So one of my main focuses, I own several rental properties that across the spectrum, some long-term, some short-term. I mainly focus on short-term stuff more and more. I'm developing a few more short-term and mid-term, like purposely built things at the moment too. But beyond that, I also do high-level concierge property management services for people. And again, that's primarily when they have a home. That's also an income producing home that can be short-term rented. And, really going past just optimizing an Airbnb listing or something like that to deliver a really white glove experience for the guest interaction. Because these properties, we have a pretty high quality filter standard. These are nice places. I think they're actually value priced, but that still is a high price, right? I think it delivers a good value because these are multi-million-dollar homes and interesting properties. But still, we want that guest to have a total 5 diamond experience, whatnot. And then from a management perspective, I also think there's really 3 pillars to it. There's the guest, there's the homeowner, and there's the staff interacting with us that's cleaning these places and stuff like that.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And we strive with our organization, we treat all 3 of those entities like absolute Michelin star level of respect, compensation, direction, clarity, hospitality. And I really stress on including the 3rd pillar of that, which is the staff that helps these things happen, are vital parts of it. So it's almost kind of like a lot of things in life. If you take care of fundamentals and foundation, most of the other problems will just iron themselves out. And so even if, for example, real quick, in a high-end short-term rental experience situation, it's inevitable that some kind of action is going to occur. Some staff member can't get there. The prior guest, something happened, or just stuff goes on in general. A neighborhood loses water for half a day for some reason because somebody ran into a fire hydrant or something, like things you can't control. That guest is going to be not happy when something like that occurs. But if you have just been over the top with like the other aspects of controllable things that you can do, then you've built up enough goodwill too that, you know what, this literally happened to me recently. Power went out in this entire community, and I managed like 7 places in this community. I just, it's out, and once I got the news, like, nah, man, it's probably going to be 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. Like, damn,
Wow.
right? Like, man. And I mean, listen, it's not even about the money at this point. Like, I care, like, there's people there with family, with kids or whatever, like, and you got no water. It's terrible. But I've got contingency plans in place. There's some local attractions there that I keep tickets and things on hand and some gift cards. Everybody got something to go do for free, and everybody got an $80 credit off of their rent to go lunches on us, right? And that and no one had a problem with it, and we still got all 5-star reviews on these properties because some of them even said, they're like, no, we can tell you guys are really on top of things and that this must be some kind of mistake that's out of your control. One lady literally told it to me like that, and that made me feel so good.
I mean, I love it. I pointed to kind of before, I can just sense the way you care, right? I love how you talked about, I don't know if you said 3 pillar, 3 posts, but you was talking about the guests, the homeowner, and the staff. I've never heard somebody mention the staff in the podcast. That's the first, you're the first person I'm hearing that. And so for me, yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, I'll be honest with you, really. So you can say that, I keep all these things in equal places, but that's not really how the world works. There is hierarchical things, right? And in fact, I actually put the staff at the top of the hierarchy. And I get this, I didn't originate this, although I think I was walking this path a lot in life, but it became really clear to me. If you look at Danny Schreier and those guys with like Enlightened Hospitality and they run the big restaurant groups up in New York. He's the founder of Shake Shack and 11 Madison Avenue, all that. He broke it down like that one time of like, if you put the staff first, then you have a chance to make the customer insanely happy. And then you have a chance on down the line to whoever the investor was. In a way, they should be last in line if they want to just truly have a delivery back on their investment. If it's anything adjacent to hospitality, which certainly short-term rental is. Short-term rental, in fact, is more in the hospitality industry than it is in the real estate industry, in my opinion. And so if you think about that, though, like, yeah, you should put the staff first because you don't have a prayer if you don't have a good team that's excited.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors. and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you're spot on. I think I heard Marcus Lemonis say he was talking about how, a business owner oftentimes they stand up on a mountaintop and look down at people and say, hey, you down there, we need this, we need that. He said, no, you need to be having your people up on the mountainside with you. That way you can propel them at a high level. And if you get a high level of perspective from them, you can get them moving at a high level, but you gotta value them. You gotta see them the same way you see yourself as somebody that's very integral to what you're doing. And so I love it, man. I love what you're saying. And I know in this climate, it's not always easy to have that perspective. So I would ask you, man, what's been the key to keeping that machine running smoothly, man, to keep you focused on what you're doing?
Well, I think you got to have a North Star mindset of where you're going, right? And that can be challenging, and that certainly changes over life. But even as I can see on the next chapter, at least certainly the chapter after that in my life and career, I'll be angling into a soft retirement and getting very clear with myself on what does that dollar amount, not only does a dollar amount look like, but also what I want to do. I'm not going to retire and just go play shuffleboard or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
as a gearing towards what that kind of ideal, let's say like last third of my life, which is, your time, your infinitely valuable time. And just working myself backwards from that. And where do I need to be? And so part of that is I don't want to deal with overly stressful things. I don't want to deal with people who have a cheap mindset about their own life and their own things that they invest in, blah, blah, blah. So when you do that equation in your head, it's like, okay, yeah, I want to work in the top 5% of the inventory and the people. And make I want to then be to be able to reverberate with that, to be able to, have that occur. I also have to be a top 5% or whatever mindset person to work with.
Yeah.
Right. And I've got to build an environment where that can occur and not have to be forced in. I've done a lot of consulting in my time too on several different business verticals, but especially in this management vertical. And I've walked into scenarios and these people might be having a ton of revenue rolling through, but you can walk in and just feel the stress. And then
Yeah.
you start just digging a little bit deeper and you see the amount of just like I can vibe on staff related things all day. And like your number one problem isn't the economic conditions. It's not this, it's not that. Let's take a look at your staff turnover over the last 36 months. Here's your problem.
Yeah.
So I just think that's what it is I've got a very clear North Star, and then everything else is just what I have to do.
Yeah, yeah. Tom, I absolutely love it. Again, just listening to you, you seem like someone who can handle adversity well, right? And so we know within business, whatever business you in, there are times when things get real, right? Maybe things go sideways, a time when you had to pivot fast. You mind sharing with us a story like that?
I invested into a tech startup that services this industry, that services the short-term rental industry before COVID, and got to a minimum viable product phase of things and was ready to kind of go to the next level. And then COVID occurred, and one, just for various reasons, we just essentially ran out of money. And I was also still managing properties, which, if you might remember, when COVID happened, of course, nobody knew what, but like 3 or 4 months later, if you were anywhere in the Southeast or anywhere like that, and you were in the short-term rental game, it exploded.
Yeah,
And which was fantastic in some ways, but the stress level it was just a stressful time on planet Earth, let's just say, right? 2020, 2021. And I had to make a decision and I also came to a realization that we didn't really have the right people in place. And where I thought we could maybe do something with about 500 grand, I really broke it down and had somebody way smarter than me sort of mentoring me and say, dude, you need like $5 million to do what you're trying to do. And it was a very sobering moment to do that. because you got to really check your ego.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I ended up taking that organization and entity and the little bit that we did build and merging it up into another organization that was my competition at the time, but they were further along, good people too, right? And they were a couple steps further along down the path to true monetization and like break even point. And they kind of needed what I had. Plus I could help in that organization. So instead of just me trying to force it to happen with me at the helm of it, I relinquished it, put it up underneath somebody else to be the leader of it. And to use a sports analogy, we're talking sports earlier, like, punting can actually be a winning strategy, right? It might make you mad if you're messed up on your gamble and the point spread or whatever. Why are you punting? Punting can win the game.
Yeah.
So that's the long story short is I made a punt, and actually now that company's doing very well. And even myself and other investors were all about to be made whole on it. And instead of grinding myself into the ground, I will say, if you don't mind me vibing a little bit on this, is one of my favorite things I'm starting to tell people. All this stuff as we've evolved over the last 10, 15 years, which is social media and this and that. And like, I'm a little bit over it with this 10x your life stuff. It's great. Okay. But I'll be honest with you. Most people would be very well for themselves and very happy to just 3x their life. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
people should strive because you can be better than you think you can be in all those things. But all this, Grant Cardone type stuff or whatever, like, I think enough's enough. Just relax. Go out on the boat a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, man, I'm glad I asked you that question again. Like I said, I like hearing your perspective, man. You're coming across as someone that genuinely kids. I love the punt analogy, right? Like punting sometimes puts you in better. What's the word? I just had to talk about field, like in better field
Get field position. Yeah.
Exactly, right. And so,
Well,
I mean,
hey, no, let's vibe on that. Because think about it. Also, punting can be good too, because if you try to do this other play and it doesn't work, you're really screwed.
Really screwed.
So people have to realize it. And that there's nothing cowardice about that. There's nothing weak about that. You know what I mean? But too many times I think we've put this hyper alpha culture stuff to where, you got to just double down. You're just not working hard enough. Like, working hard for what?
Come on. I think there's a reason that punting is a play in the playbook. And so sometimes, you gotta exhaust the plays in your playbook. If a play is not working, you got to go to the next play. And there's a reason it's there. It's a tool. And so you merging and you putting yourself, seeing somebody who's a little bit ahead of you and merging into that company. Now, because you punted, like you said, you're about to be made whole. Your investors who trusted you are about to be made whole. And so
some of them were mad at me. Some of them were mad at me.
Let's go for it. We can do it, coach. Let's go for it. It's only 25 yards. We can get it. But no, man, I know, so again, I thank you for answering that question. That gives me, again, a unique look through your lens. And it just lets me know that this is why you're in it for the long term, right? You're just not dabbling. You're in it for the long term. And I clearly see that. And so let me ask you this. What are you most focused on solving or scaling next? What's the next real goal, Mr. Tom?
Ultimate goal, part of what we're building with our technology company is a new marketplace for vacation rental, short-term rental homes to be a competitor with Airbnb and VRBO and the like of that, which is no small feat to try to do anything that could get any kind of market share there. So the part of that platform we built, it's called rentals.com. It's just the word rentals. It's got a Z at the end of it instead of an S. So just rentals.com with a Z. We've built now up to about 140,000 listings on that platform, which is really good. A couple of value props there is we don't charge any fee at all to the guest to use the platform. like Airbnb and Vrbo does. We don't even make it a requirement that people sign up with and create a new username or profile, because we've built the technology where it basically APIs right over into the professional host or property manager's direct booking website anyway, which these all exist. And you may know or may not know, here's a pop quiz for you, for everybody listening to this. Pop quiz. What's the most expensive app on your smartphone right now? Just tell me what you think it is.
Most expensive app.
That costs,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So you might be able to say like Amazon or something like that, but no, that's not really true. Like when you buy something from Amazon, you're getting a pretty good price on it. And I mean, I think Prime is a good deal. Like I don't think with Amazon you're overly paying. You might be spending a lot of money. Okay. Now, and don't get me wrong, I think people have gotten real wild with how much they spend money on Grubhub and DoorDash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, this is expensive. I think the most expensive app on most people's phone is Airbnb. If you look at
Wow.
Airbnb, the average transaction on Airbnb is $2,500. Airbnb charges roughly about 18% technology fee to use that. So let's just say it's something like 180. The average Airbnb transaction is about 20 minutes. I don't think it's a great deal to pay $180 to use the internet for 20 minutes. I think if you woke up on the first of the month and you saw your phone bill from AT&T and you saw $180 clips in there for internet usage at 20 minutes a clip, you throw your phone at the AT&T store. You know what I mean? It's so, and I love Airbnb to some degree too. Don't get me wrong. I've made a lot of money with Airbnb. I think in a lot of ways they're an innovative company, and I think there's a lot of great people that work there. I just think that what sadly has happened in our world is this internet, which can be a wonderful tool, but like any tool, it can be abused. Instead of leveraging technology to more easily connect people and to more streamline things and get it done, it seems like in a lot of ways, all that's been created is a lot of money traps, and gatekeeping type of stuff. So that's what I think now, whether it's me or anybody, the hopeful future of technology, if we're not heading towards like Terminator or something like that, the hopeful use of technology is that AI and all these things, it should, in a perfect world, it should make things more efficient, less expensive, and less barriers to connect people together that want to share and do things. So that's what we would like to do with that platform.
I love it. And it's interesting that you said that, because we're coming up, when it comes to building relationships and growing your network, what's made the biggest difference for you? Because you just sound like to me somebody that value relationships. And so I would love to hear, your
I
viewpoints on relationships.
Yeah, one, just again, all this hospitality first type stuff, I genuinely mean it. I'm wide open. I always give people the time of day. And I do some high level consulting, but I always do a first consultation for free and try to genuinely help people with that, not just put them down some sales funnel. I do attend a lot of personal events, like a lot of direct face-to-face events. I think that's, an easy win, especially
Yeah.
these days when people are so, stuck on screens and stuff. Go to live events. And I'll tell you this though too, I still think LinkedIn is a totally undervalued platform in a lot of ways. I still don't think people are using it to its full degree. I'm very bullish on LinkedIn. So from a digital aspect, I think you niche the right way and really get into the right groups. LinkedIn can be phenomenal. And then that's what I would tell any younger person or somebody that wants to improve their status in a particular industry. Go to every event and just be a cool, fun, open person. And like, I love to go, like when I go to a trade show or something, I go to every booth and talk to them just as a real person and try to understand what they're doing, and sometimes I'm in the market for what they're doing, but even if I'm not, I just, hey, tell me what's going on, and just meet some awesome people.
Absolutely. Nah, man, you can't fake that. You can't fake relationships. I love the way that you go to these events. You like to connect. I love the way you look out for your investors. You look out for the staff. You look out for the guests. You look out for the homeowner. I mean, it has been just a privilege really talking to you. So before we wrap up, if someone wanted to connect with you, maybe collaborate with you, or learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach out to you, sir?
I mean, this is how open I am. I got a live calendar link. If the time's open, you can book it, and it's just really, really simple. It's just meettompowers.com.
I love it. I love it. Mr. Tom, thank you so much for your time, your story, and your perspective, sir. We definitely need more people in the space that's doing it the way you are. And so, again, man, I thank you. I thank you for building your business the right way, serving people, making connections, and really making a difference. So thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. And listen, if you're tuning in, I like to slow this part down. If you like what you heard, you found value in it, and I know you did, make sure you are subscribed. You do not want to miss out on these amazing conversations, just like the one I had today with Mr. Tom Powers. So, again, Mr. Powers, thank you so much. And for those that's tuning in, we will see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.